Hey friends, I just have to share just something humorous, okay? God is the God of many things, but I have experienced his humor, okay? I have experienced his humor. And many of you know I am a huge, huge dreamer, okay? God tells me a ton, okay? He tells me a ton um, about my own life, about my kingdom marriage journey. He just tells me a ton, okay? And he wants me to know things because he's trying to help me here. He's trying to help me. He's trying to help my spouse. He's trying to help us. He's trying to show us things, friends, so that we can just like get it together here. It's just, I don't know. So many of you might relate, or you might have heard this little clip somewhere on YouTube or social media or at some point. So in my dream last night here, I saw in my dream, I was talking to someone and I called them Linda. So bear with me. Okay, I called them Linda. Okay. And I said, "Oh, your name's not Linda." And then I was explaining to them that, you know, sometimes my kids have called me Linda, because of this clip that many of us have heard, okay? It's called Listen Linda. it's called it's called Listen Linda. And there is this clip of a 3-year-old arguing with his mom, and something about toys and just like getting away with like everything I can do at grandma's house, I should be able to do here, or something like that. And this little boy was just the cutest little thing. But he was arguing with his mom and he's like, "Listen, Linda, like, listen, Linda." So I felt like what the Lord was saying is, "Listen, Linda, listen, Linda," you know, like, listen to what I'm saying to you. Chill it out over there. Listen. I don't know. It was just so funny. I had a night filled with, a lot of insecurities, and I cried a lot. I cried a lot because of my insecurities. And we all have them. We all have them. It wasn't about my physically, it wasn't about me. My insecurities weren't about me physically. It was about, well, I won't share. I won't share what they are because the situation was personal to me, But anyways, I just thought it was just so funny how God is so humorous. Like he really knows how to bring humor into our lives at different times. Come on here. Listen, Linda. Listen, and just be at peace and rest and know that the Lord's got you. And friends, any of you who are standing on a promise from God, that promise isn't going anywhere. Okay, that promise isn't going anywhere. And it was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful the way the Lord showed it to me. You know, um, it was so beautiful. I just woke up and just complete smiles. I woke up and I've just been smiling ever since. God really knows how to encourage you. He knows how to encourage you, you know. And I'll just share just a snippet of some of the dreams that I had here. And because I want to encourage you that this is how the Lord is speaking to me so that I can encourage you. For those of you who are on this journey of, personal promises. And, in the dream, I've shared many times that the Lord has showed me like a baby, like a baby. And that signified the promise, right? That signified the promise, and which was referencing, to my spouse. It was referencing to my spouse here. And many of you, if you have given birth to a promise, then you may have had a dream about literally delivering a baby. Like you gave birth to a baby. And I've also heard of men. They're like, why did I have a dream that I had a baby? I don't know. This is just what I've heard. I've had somebody personally emailed me and said this. So maybe you have had that dream. And the Lord is just saying, there's a promise that I have for you. And it's going to be birthed out of you. God is going to bring that to completion here, because whatever he starts in you, he's going to finish. He always brings to completion whatever he starts within you. That good thing that he starts within you, he's going to bring it to completion. That promise that he gives you, he's going to bring it to fruition, because that's who he is. He's a faithful father, and he doesn't lie. But in the dream, it was just so beautiful. I saw myself holding this baby, and that baby's arms were completely wrapped around me. And I was wrapping that baby around with my arms. And I was just walking. It was just so beautiful. I just felt so at peace. So what that was signifying is, that promise isn't going anywhere. Your spouse isn't going anywhere. And maybe you might be in separation right now, but you know what? At some point, your spouse is going to be completely, attached to you. They're going to be so drawn to you that they can't even separate themselves from you, okay? Because the love is so thick, friends. That feeling inside that you have for one another is going to be so thick, okay? That's why the Lord says, in God's word, it says in Ecclesiastes 4:12, that cord of strand, that third cord of strand, is not easily broken, okay? It's not easily broken. Ecclesiastes 4:12, and you can't, it's very hard to break. You can't break it, when God gives you that promise of a spouse here, when he gives you that promise, you two are intertwined in the spirit, okay? That's why you dream about each other. That's why God gives you information about each other, okay? You're intertwined in the spiritual realm here. You're connected. You're one in the spirit here, in the heavenly realms. Okay, and that's why you're so drawn to one another. So what the Lord was saying is, through this dream is, that if someone else could relate to this, that your spouse is so drawn to you, and that they desire you, okay, and that you're going to have them wrapped around your little pinky, okay? At some point, this is going to be your portion of your story. So I just want to encourage someone that your promise isn't going anywhere, okay? So just release it to the Lord and keep praying and keep fighting and keep standing on the promises of God, and pray and fast when the Lord leads you to, and just give it to him. And if your spouse is still undergoing, I would say surgery, spiritual surgery, the Father is like trying to wake them up and open their eyes to you. If the Father is still working on them, just let the process go as it goes, okay? Because you cannot wake your spouse up to you. You have to let the Father do it to you. You have to let the Lord open their eyes to you, okay? So you just have to relax and let things happen as they happen, okay? Because you can't force anyone to wake up. But friends, all it takes is a night with the King. It takes a night with the King for them to have revelation about who you are, okay? And then once they have revelation about who you are, okay, You can't unsee it, friends. You cannot unsee what the Lord shows you. And that's what's so beautiful about God, is he is love. God is of love, you know, and when he shows you, you know, another human being and he confirms it to you, that is the most beautiful thing in the world to me. It's just so beautiful, you know, and it's just love. It just shows like that God really is love, you know. I'm telling you, once you fall in love with God, you're going to fall head over heels and madly in love with your spouse. When you fall in love with Jesus, you are going to fall in love more and more and more with your spouse. You will. Because when you connect to the Father, when you connect and when you lean on Jesus, you feel the love inside. You feel the love inside so much that all you want to do is pour it out. You want to pour it out and you want to give it out. Okay? That's what happened to me here. He radically changed my life and he helped me feel the love inside so much that I want to pour out to other people. I want to encourage other people. You know, it fulfills me to encourage people. It makes me feel good inside when I can lift someone else up. You know, like, you're not a burden to me here. Yes, I need breaks. Sometimes I have to shut off notifications, you know, to just get my own cup filled. But it fulfills me to show up and encourage and pour onto other people. It makes me feel good inside, and it makes me feel good to know that I'm doing something, you know, that's honoring to the Lord and to, you know, bring glory to his name and to truly just show the love of Jesus, you know. I enjoy doing that because I know what it's like to feel stuck. I know what it's like to feel empty, you know. I know all of those feelings. But now I feel full. I feel full right now. And it's so interesting how much emotions are fleeting. They really are so temporary, you know. And my insecurities, the Lord was saying, shh, just come to me. Give me your burdens and I'll give you rest. Like, that's what he does. And one of my last dreams here, one of my last dreams was, you know, actually, no, I'm not going to share that part here. I feel another video coming on here, so I'm not going to share that part here. But I'm going to stop it here. But I hope that you found value. And if you have, just like the video, comment. And if you want to stay connected, just subscribe. All right, you guys have a great day. But I just want to say, God is funny. He is humorous. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.